Hello everyone, in this video we are going to start a new chapter, that is the flower. Basically this is for the class 9th biology. This is the first video of this chapter, so we will start with the introductions of the flower. Now the first topic starts with the morphology of herbaceous plants. What does morphology of herbaceous plants mean? Morphology means basically the structures of herbaceous plant, mean the plants related to the basically the herb. Herbs are basically the short plants that grow above the just above the ground. Now what are these herbaceous plants? The herbaceous plants are basically a plants that has leaves and stems that die down at the end of the growing season to the soil level. They basically are for the non permanent season. That's why they grow in their growing phase and they die after their bearing of flowers and fruits. Now these herbaceous plants are of three types. The first one is the annual, second one is biennial, and the third one is perennial. Now the annual herbaceous plants die completely at the end of the growing season after they get flowered or they get fruits. Now the biennial and perennials both are of same type. They are basically die at the end of the growing season, but the part of the plant survives under or close the ground from season to season. In this type of plants, the basically new plants forms are produced from these remains only. The annual herbaceous plants are basically die completely at the end of the growing season, but the biennial and perennial herbaceous plants are those plants they die, but their remainings of the plants exist on the above the ground, or we can say the close to the ground. That's why they grow into the new form from these remains only. Now some features of these herbaceous plants are followings. Now the first one says that the stem of the herbaceous plants are basically soft and fleshy, and many herbaceous plants have characterized by the bold and the bright flowers, and the foliage is also bold and colorful. This foliage is basically the collection of leaves. Okay, now the second features of these herbaceous plants are their stems are basically in the aerial region or sometimes in underground. Now if you take an example of these types of stems found in which type of plant, if you see the ginger, basically the ginger consists of a bulb, or we can say bud on the top of the ginger. These are basically the rhizosomes. Sometimes these are basically modified into the bulbs. If you see the example of a tulip plants, tulips are basically flowering plants. They bear flowers from the covering. If you see the tulips, or we can say the plant of a daffodils, these plants basically bear flower from a tunic are basically the protection of this plant flowers, sorry. Tunics are basically the protection or protective layer of these flowers. From the tunic these types of flowers bears, or we can say another example, that is the lotus also. From the lotus grows or they bear flowers from the tunic only. Now this type of flowers come out from the bulb, or that is the another one is the corm. These are mainly from the swollen stems that are found in this herbaceous plants. Now the aerial plants may be erect, that means they will be straight up. They may be prostrate, that means lying on the ground only, on the ground level, or they may be climbers, or we can say in the climbing region, that like a creepers. Basically the creepers are that get any support and they climb up at the tall of the wall, or we can say the tall of any building if they get support from it. Now the third feature says that the roots are basically adventitious and fibrous. Adventitious means they can grow above the ground or very near to the surface, or they can also grow from the twigs or sometimes from the branches, leaves, or aerial stems, underground stems, or from another root also. Now These are basically fibrous, that means they contains lot of hair like structures. Now the fourth feature says that the leaves found in these herbaceous plants are basically in the parallel venation. We have already seen that there are two types of venations found, normally the parallel venation and second one is the reticulate venation. Parallel venations are basically this type. This is a structure of leaves. This is parallel venation. If you see the banana leaves, there is parallel venation found in it. And they may show different types of phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxies are basically arrangement of leaves. The arrangement of leaves are basically in the form of alternate, opposite, or in the whorl region. Alternates are basically like this. If this is a stem, the leaves will grow from one here, the second one is here, and the third one is here, and the fourth one is here. This is the alternate leaves. The opposite leaves are basically, this is the stem, one leaf is here and one leaf is here, one leaf here, one leaf here, like this. This is the structure, and these structures are basically called the opposite venation of the opposite structure of the plants leaves. The third one is whorled. Whorled means that they may be stem and there are buds present in it, and from one bud there may be many leaves. Like here we can see that in one stem there is one bud, and from one bud the leaves grow, but in the whorl, that means from one bud there are too many leaves grows. And this type of leaves are basically scaly, leathery, or flexy also. Now these leaves may sometimes modified into spines. Now we will talk about the functions of these herbaceous plants. What are the purpose of these herbaceous plants in this world? Basically, we humans used it for the medicinal purpose. The second one is the culinary purpose, that means they helps in the preparation of, or we can say in the process of cooking of food also. They gives flavor to the food. The third one is it also helps in the ornamental plants, that means they look attractive, so we all use it for the decorative purpose also. Now the next part of this video we will start with the inflorescence and the flower. Till then, thanks for watching.